If you need a classic looking arch for your next party or event, then this all-white 7-foot arch is just the project for you. To build the arch, you'll need an electric balloon inflator as well as a balloon sizer box. Starting with 2 white 11-inch balloons, inflate them until they're nearly their full size, and then using the sizer box, size them down to 9 inches in diameter by slowly letting air out until they just fit through. Once both balloons are sized to 9 inches in diameter, tie them into a pair by wrapping the nozzles around twice and tying them in a knot. Then make a second pair in the exact same way, sized to 9 inches in diameter, and join those 2 pairs together into a quad by overlapping the pairs so that the nozzle touch in the center, and then twist one balloon from each of those pairs around each other, locking them into a quad. Repeat these steps so you have 4 of these 9-inch quads. Make another quad, but inflate these balloons to 7 inches in diameter, tie them into pairs, and then join 2 of those pairs together to make a quad. Repeat this step so you have 4 7-inch quads. To make the arch look like Roman columns, inflate a white 260 balloon with 8 pumps of air, or until there's about 2 finger widths of uninflated balloon left on the end of your 260. Tie the nozzle off in a knot, and then squeeze the length of the balloon to straighten out the balloon and soften up the latex. Inflate 10 of these white 260s in the exact same way, and then we can move over and start building the base of our arch. I'm using my DIY narrow arch stand, which if you'd like to build one for yourself, I have plans linked in the description box below. The arch is set to 4 feet wide by 6.5 feet tall. Now this is adjustable depending on how much PEX pipe you have coming out of the top. I'm using 5 feet in length, and because my PEX pipe is blue, I'm going to cover it in white gaff tape. That way you can't see blue pipe peeking through the white balloons. I find the easiest way to apply the tape is in small 1-foot sections and then just overlap the ends until you get a continuous white pipe. I'm then going to secure the PEX pipe to the PVC bases with another piece of white gaff tape. That way that PEX isn't shifting around and adjusting the size of our arch while I'm trying to add the balloons. Once both ends of the pipe are secure, we can then go down to the base and start adding balloons. Take a 9-inch white quad and slip it around the balloon stand so that the nozzles of that quad are sitting right against the pole. Then take the 2 balloons with the pole in between them and twist them around each other once or twice if you can. Then flatten the quad so it sits evenly on the floor, making sure that 2 balloons are pointing out the front of the arch. Take a 7-inch quad and slip it onto the stand next so that it sits right on top of the 9-inch balloons. Take the 2 balloons with the pole in between them, twist around each other twice, and then flatten out this quad, making sure that 1 balloon of this quad sits between 2 of the balloons of the quad below it. Take 2 of the 260 balloons and tie the nozzles together, creating a pair. Then you're going to take the nozzle between those 2 260s and slip it under one of those 7-inch balloons that's already attached to the stand. Pull the 260s up so that the nozzles are sitting against the nozzles of that 7-inch balloon. Take 2 more 260s, tie them into a pair, and then slip this pair under a 7-inch balloon on the opposite side of the quad. All the 260s should be touching that center pole. If you use an arch stand where the poles are 1/2 inch or smaller, you can get away with using 4 260s. But because my pole is 3/4 of an inch in diameter, I'm going to tie on a 5th 260 to ensure that pole is completely covered. Tie the nozzle of that 5th 260 to one of the nozzles of the 7-inch quad. Then pull this 260 up so it sits in line with all of the other 260s. Gently run your hands up the 260s to straighten them out until you get to the top. Where the air ends on the shortest 260, pinch all 5 of the balloons against the pole with your hand. Take the tail end of one of those 260s and wrap it around all of the other 260s. Take another 260 and wrap it in the opposite direction around all of the others. Then take these 2 tail ends and tie them in a knot. This will secure all 5 260s to the top of the pole. Now I'm going to top the column with a 7-inch quad, making sure the nozzles of this quad sit right against the nozzles of those 260s. Attach this set just like we did the ones at the base, making sure 1 balloon of this quad is pointing out the front of the design. Add a 9-inch quad right on top of the 7-inch, taking note of where the quad is sitting on the balloon stand so it can mirror it on the opposite side of the arch. Twist these balloons around the stand twice and then arrange them so that 2 balloons of this quad are pointing out the front of the design, mirroring the balloon position of the balloons on the base. To help the vertical 260 stand nice and straight and add some extra detail, I'm going to inflate another 260 balloon with 4 pumps of air and then add a pair of pinch twists onto the end. Make a 1-inch bubble right next to the nozzle. To make this a pinch twist, fold the bubble over by pulling the nozzle over to the twist that we just created on the opposite side of the bubble, and then twist the bubble and the nozzle around each other a couple times. I'm going to make one more pinch twist, creating another 1-inch bubble, and then fold the bubble over so the twists on either side of the bubble are touching each other. Then twist those two around each other, creating a second pinch twist. Gently run your hands up the 260s so that they're nice and straight, and then once you get to the center of the column, wrap the 260 that we just added the pinch twist to so that it snugly sits around all of the vertical 260s. Where the 260 balloon touches the base of the pinch twist, that's where I'm going to pinch the 260, twist it a couple times, and then wrap that twist around the base of those pinch twists and through the center, securing the 260 in place. Take a pair of scissors and nip the end of the balloon to release any remaining air. Wrap the remaining 260 tail around the twist one more time, ending on the underside or the back, and then trim off any remaining tail. Adjust the 260 so those pinch twists sit on the back side of the arch. For extra detail, I'm going to add a string of pearls. To make the pearls, inflate a 260 with 3 pumps of air, tie the nozzle off, and then I'm going to make a series of 2-inch bubbles or pearls. About every 2 inches down the balloon, you're going to pinch it and then twist it 3 or 4 times before making the next pearl. It's critical though that you never let go of that first pearl. So once you've got 2 or 3 pearls made, take the first and second pearl and slip it between your pinky and ring finger. This will hold that twist in place and keep any of the following bubbles from untwisting. Continue to make bubbles, always twisting in the same direction until you have about 13 bubbles. This will be more than enough to wrap around the vertical 260s of the arch with a few extras. If you're not putting your pearls immediately onto the arch, you can twist the first and last pearl around each other gently to keep them from unraveling until you need them. Untwist that first and last pearl and then wrap the pearls all the way around so they sit right on top of that 260 loop already attached in the center. Overlap the string of pearls so that the nozzle sits between 2 pearls. Wrap the nozzle around that twist a couple times between 2 pearls. Firmly hold the nozzle against that twist while you nip the end of the 260 with a pair of scissors and let the remaining air out. Then take the deflated tail and tie it in a double knot to the nozzle that you're holding in your other hand. Trim off the long ends of the 260 tail and any remaining bits you have, including the nozzle, tuck those in towards the center of the column. Layer on another 260 with pinch twists on the end, creating a sandwich between the 2 loops with a string of pearls in the center. Arrange these balloons so that both loops sit nice and level and all of the pinch twists are on the back side of the column, sitting between 2 of the vertical 260s. Add another loop against the 7-inch quad, both at the top of the column and one at the base of the column. I know this is a lot of details in a short video, so if you'd like, I have a set of written plans available with step-by-step written instructions, full color illustrations, as well as a complete supply list. You can find these plans linked in the video description below. All of the horizontal rings should help keep the 260s in place, but if you happen to have any gapping, you can always come back with some glue dashes and put the adhesive between your vertical 260s to help close up any of the larger gaps. All of the steps that I completed on the right hand side of this arch, I'm going to repeat on the left hand side, paying close attention that the placement of each of those elements is in the same height location as the one on the right so that they look symmetrical. Now it's time to cover the curved section of the arch. I'm going to inflate 80 5-inch balloons to 4 inches in diameter. And you can do this either using a hand pump or I'm going to use an electric timer pump that I've set to 1 second, which will give me a 4-inch diameter. Inflate 2 of these balloons, tie them into a pair, and then join those 2 pairs into a quad and repeat with all the other 5-inch balloons. Attach the first 4-inch quad by slipping it onto the curved section of the arch and twisting the 2 balloons with the pole in between them around each other. Orient this quad so 1 balloon of this quad sits between 2 balloons of the 9-inch quad below it. Attach the next 4-inch quad in the same way, making sure this quad is oriented so 1 balloon of this quad sits between 2 balloons with a quad below it. Continue adding quads in the same manner. The curve of this arch is gentle enough that we don't have to worry about the balloons getting too crowded on the inside edge of the arch. Earlier in the video, I mentioned that this arch stand is adjustable. By leaving more of that PEX pipe outside of the vertical poles, we can make this arch 1 to 2 feet bigger. The size adjustment won't affect the vertical sections that we built. You'll just need to add 4 more of these 4-inch quads for every 1 foot of extra pipe you add to the curved section. Once you're almost to the 9-inch quad on the opposite side of the arch, skip over a section and place the 4-inch quad down against that 9-inch quad first, and then then go back up and attach the last one or two, as it's much easier to wedge them between more 4-inch balloons than to wedge that last quad against the 9-inch quad. And now your classic Roman arch is ready for its party or event. If you'd like to learn more, check out this video. Until the next time, remember, stay creative, everybody.